battle tonight is going to be incredibly interesting. Steph setting up Draymond. Those push shots worked against Philly, and he opens the scoring.
He points to the bench like, yeah, we've been working on that.
Mike Conley with Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, and Karl Anthony Towns. Got to go back to Thanksgiving before Minnesota had their last game with the full lineup, and Klay Thompson fouling Gobert.
So the reason they're content to go with two bigs is they work really well together. And you always have a big on the floor that can shoot the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's Karl Anthony Towns or it's Naz Reid that'll play with Gobert. And they just went high-low there. You get a small defender on Gobert. Klay Thompson, let him go to work.
This was the biggest conversation piece in the offseason. Rudy Gobert for Walker Kessler and 4 number ones essentially. So 5 number ones overall. But at the same time, if you're a T-Wolves fan, they're pushing all their chips in the middle of the table and trying to be good.
Yeah, they're playing big. They're okay with that. He's made his presence felt on both ends of the floor. Gets most of his points out of pick and rolls and other guys setting him up.
Gobert, 64% free thrower, hitting them both. So Steph and Klay with DiVincenzo, Looney, and Draymond Green. We're going to welcome back Gary Payton, number 2 tonight, too, as Klay misses that 3. So the Warriors are getting healthier. Hopefully get Andrew Wiggins back, and you can see the full squad for the Dubs. McDaniels wing 3, shot it over everything. Edwards opens on Steph Curry. T-Wolves are bigger than the Warriors at almost every position except for Mike Conley. Klay Thompson traveled.
And Mike Conley just fought through that action and was there. Klay had to do a little extra. Here's Chris Finch. They've been playing really well offensively since All-Star break, and they're 16th
in the league. So overall, they can guard you.
And they're getting to the free throw line. Yep. So you have to defend without fouling, which is going to be tough, especially with this guy, Anthony Edwards.
Warriors have won 2 of the meetings. Minnesota won. Looney knocked that away. Shot clock at 5. Oh, McDaniels. That will be the foul with only 4 to shoot there, and Steph will pick it up.
So the emergence of Jaden McDaniels, creative. He's bullying people now. It used to be that he just wasn't strong enough and guys would kind of go through him. But he's always been a solid defender, could put the ball on the floor, and he's shooting a 3-ball better now, too.
Yeah, 28th pick in 2020 out of Washington, the 1 year there. And this is both free throws. And McDaniels, to your point, such a good defender. He opens on Steph, even though he's 6'9". And you stay with Steph. That's a bit of a problem. Corner 3 is perfect.
The relocation, his teammates looking for him and setting screens for him makes it so much tougher to guard that man. Draymond Green is amazing.
Anthony Edwards had the sprained ankle, missed 3 games, misses the 3 there. You got a whistle off the ball, holding on to Klay here.
It's all the movement without the ball that
Daniels is 2nd in the league in fouls committed. He was tagged with that foul there.
When Steph releases the ball, you naturally just take a break. It's human nature.
Curry on another relocate. Draymond set a screen. That 3 rimming out. Conley came over when D'Angelo Russell ended up in LA. Teams were busy at the trade deadline. Mike Conley putting in the 3.
Well, they switched that one, and he just kind of stopped in no man's land before Looney could get out there. Such a smart pick and roll player.
Steph to Draymond in on Gobert, and he tipped in his own miss, but he jumped into the shot blocker.
He's not avoiding that contact. That's how you negate the shot blocking ability, go through his chest. Speaking of great pick and roll decision makers, Steph, he's one.
Karl Anthony Towns finds Conley again, and he lasers in another 3.
I told you, 6th in the league since All-Star break in 3-point shooting percentage. This team, they still want to get in the paint, but they're more dangerous from outside now.
Klay Thompson battled that out. Anthony Edwards on that skip pass, and McDaniels, DiVincenzo trying to stay in front of him. Edwards time to set his feet for 3. They got a rebound foul here. And McDaniels knocking down DiVincenzo will pick up
the ball in the air. but if you're on the wing, if you're a guard, you got to make sure if your guy's going to get the offensive glass, you got to check him. Little guard comes in there and grabs one.
And the Warriors saw that in the Clipper game when Russell Westbrook got to the offensive glass. Klay Thompson show and go, had it knocked away, and Conley headed the other way. Kyle Anderson's been very good for them coming over from Memphis. Getting his first playing time with the starters. Call him slow-mo. He's very deliberate, and he's just picked up the second foul on Steph Curry.
They are getting to the free throw line more, and Anderson's a smart player. A little bit of an awkward closeout for Steph, but he's moved.
A little too much contact at the end.
And getting off to a great start here is so important. The Timberwolves are the second highest scoring team in the first quarter. So they do a lot of damage here. Jordan Poole comes in the game for Steph.
This becomes a really critical first quarter because Steph's probably going to sit most of the quarter with the 2 fouls. Jordan had that 19-point fourth quarter against Philly and 33 in the game. We've highlighted how well he has played. They need him right now.
We need his good play a little earlier than usual.
And that missed free throw ricocheting all the way back to Cat. He will miss the 3 there. Gobert the rebound. And Gobert trying to dunk that down. Back to the foul line again. The free throws will be 8-0 after Gobert takes these. And so you see the size paying dividends for Minnesota. And Martin call, to be honest.
Well, you got to think, a team that's this big, they see the Warriors and they're like, okay, we have to take advantage of our size as Gobert misses the first free throw.
The Warriors Community Foundation auction presented by Cache Creek Casino Resort now open. You can bid on a game-worn Steph Curry jersey, lunch with head coach Steve Kerr. Warriors.com/auction or text Warriors to 76278. Everything going to impact youth organizations in the Bay Area. 1 of 2 from the line.
The Timberwolves aren't even an amazing offensive rebounding team, but they see the Warriors and they're like, okay, let's go ahead and use our size on the boards.
Poole eases into a 3. DiVincenzo fight for that rebound, but Kyle Anderson sending Mike Conley on his way. Karl-Anthony Towns on Poole. He needs some help. He made him pick up the dribble, which is a win. Shot clock at 5. Anthony Edwards sizing up Klay. Step back jumper. That's good defense. And can he get the rebound? And that's Looney there, just fighting to tip it to an open space. Poole wanted contact there. Didn't get it.
That's the right idea, though.
It is.
Because you have to know that the Timberwolves will foul you, too. They're one of the worst fouling teams as well.
Conley's had a good first quarter. Looney gapped him. Sidestep 3. Mike Conley is rolling with 3 threes. And Steve Kerr's got
A lot of talent in this league.
Yeah, Taurean Prince, he was 8 of 8 on threes when they beat the Knicks. Klay Thompson off iron there. So Taurean Prince with Kyle Anderson.
He's been on a tear lately from 3-point range as well.
Anthony Edwards, an open 3. And this is a very dangerous beginning for Minnesota. You already know how they can hurt you inside. This is an 11-0 run. And they've already hit 4 threes.
Just went under that screen if you're DiVincenzo. Actually don't mind it, given who you're guarding.
Where do they go offensively with Steph and Gobert just spiking Jordan Poole?
See, this is where you need the craftiness to your finishes if you're Jordan Poole.
How hot is Conley? Well, finally missing one. And Looney and Draymond combined on that rebound.
You got to have 2 guys box out Gobert at times.
Now you're trying to weather the storm of that early Steph foul trouble.
So
Anderson had that steal.
They're overplaying the shooters. You can get that roller cut back door on those. Might want to look at that a little more.
The Warriors have opened 3 of 11 with 3 turnovers. Gobert rolling on the kick out. Kyle Anderson, slow-mo, missing the 3 there. And you just see Gobert rebounding everything. Edwards, that was going to be a pass. Looney saw it the whole way. Play for 3. You needed that. That was a stabilizer right there. Minnesota starting to edge out.
They're trying to get out in transition. Minnesota does like to play fast as well, but getting up and down, that type of pace will favor the Warriors in this game, especially with the bigs Minnesota has.
DiVincenzo nearly forced an 8-second violation. Ooh. right at 16 on the shot clock when Edwards got in the front court. Anderson missing the three. These long rebounds. Gobert just bats him out. Conley's had the hot hand. It continues. 4 for 5 on threes.
So second chance points is something we're going to have to watch tonight.
Klay Thompson, stay hot. He hit that first three, and with Steph sitting, you need Klay to light the fire here. Back-to-back threes, keeping the Warriors within 6. Lob to Gobert, and Poole just pulled his arm, and that's going to be free throws. So every whistle will be free throws the rest of the quarter. With Xfinity 10G, get the fastest internet with a reliable connection so everyone can be online at once. Introducing the next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. Think about Rudy Gobert. They list all people.
But with Wembanyama, think of Gobert a few inches taller with crazy guard-like handle.
Right.
The dexterity of a guard, the jumper of a guard. I mean, this dude Wembanyama is shooting threes off of 1 foot, fading away, step backs. It's ridiculous.
And the free throws are 10-0 in this first quarter. The Warriors are just hanging on for dear life. Kuminga and JaMychal Green's first playing time. And Poole a little mid-range, and that may be where the Warriors have to live.
Might as well stop short. Last time he took it all the way, he got his shot block. Changed his mind this time.
Naz Reid, who was a Warrior killer in 2 previous meetings, getting his first playing time along with Jordan McLaughlin. Here's Reid on Klay. You can't play him any better than that. And DiVincenzo the rebound. Backdoor Kuminga. Gobert is there. Michael Green just rimmed it short. Naz Reid with the 360. Kyle Anderson down the lane.
Naz Reid has handle, and they've been relying on him more and more since All-Star break. And when Karl-Anthony Towns came back, they're like, well, is his role going to be diminished? Chris Finch is like, nah, we're still using him.
Oh, that's the drop coverage. Gobert's nowhere near. High screen. If you can hit those threes, you're in business. McLaughlin knocked away Jordan Poole. Good hands. Kuminga on the push. Klay Thompson, Reid flying out. He hit it anyway.
Yeah, Klay's keeping a minute. Make them call timeout now. Because he wants to protect the paint there. So whoever's on him or whoever he's guarding, run up there and set a screen, and you'll get some space for your shooters like Jordan Poole.
Karl-Anthony Towns. After the timeout, they go to the big man. Kyle Anderson the rebound. And there's Naz Reid putting it up and in. Towns, Reid, Anderson, Taurean Prince. They got everybody about 6'8" or taller on the floor at the same time.
And all dangerous from outside and inside the arc.
Lamb back to Jordan. And the easiest layup of the night.
It's just a give and go, old fashioned.
Anthony Lamb is a super smart player.
Yeah, they're just using human nature against it. A little pump fake, pass it, run in there and get something easy.
Karl-Anthony Towns, he injured that calf against the Warriors, missed 51 games. This is his second game back. Kyle Anderson wheeling in the lane. He just knows how to play basketball. I mean, it's not huge athleticism, explosiveness, it's just effectiveness.
He's proof that you don't have to be the fastest guy in the world to be effective.
Speaking of fast guys, Poole floating it there, but challenge, that's okay. The Warriors are right in it, down only 4. Towns can hit that 3. Remember, he won the 3-point contest. And out of bounds, that'll remain Minnesota ball.
Yeah, they're giving you a lot. Has been an issue.
You just see the skill. It's a lot like Embiid, where he can get where he wants to go, and he is feathery as far as finishes.
Against a smaller defender, not afraid to attack from outside the arc like Embiid.
Kuminga, that's a good catch. Pump fake and finish. Leapers like to leap. Show Naz Reid the ball and then hammer it.
But that's why you slow yourself down. If Kuminga's just going all speed 100%, probably doesn't get that. Maybe gets his shot blocked because he was able to stop his body. Pump fake, he got something easy.
Naz Reid, good rotation. And Lamb, whoa, man.
Now, wait a
a minute. We had this 2 games ago. I thought if you run into somebody, it's automatically a foul.
They went with the no call tonight.
Good job, Ray Acosta. The no call's awesome. Kuminga. He will get to the line.
They will foul you too. That's a little drawn kick action.
Yeah, if you watch Warrior basketball, we saw Poole and everybody else were like, hey, it's a no call, keep going. That's good.
Kuminga knows this. Minnesota Timberwolves are a worse fouling team than the Warriors. So they'll actually foul you as well. If you drive it, put pressure on them, who better to do that than Mr. Jonathan Kuminga?
1 of 2 from the line. And JK this last month has been just excellent. Keep reminding yourself he won't even be to 21 until October.
His knowledge is gaining.
Don't reach on Cat. Stay with them with the left hand and play the D. Push ahead Poole. Spinning around on Taurean Prince, and Prince fouls him. And Jordan to the line.
But look what they're getting in transition. Fast break as Jordan Poole is still down. Looks like he got hit in the face.
And what Draymond's asking for is he said, you need to review this.
Review for a possible upgrade to a flagrant foul.
Now, we love Kevin Scott, okay? He looks into your soul. He gives you that Southern fried NASCAR accent.
Bill Kennedy knows what he's doing, too.
But I will tell you, Billy Kennedy is like a young Billy D. Williams or a Lando Calrissian in Star Wars. He's fantastic on camera.
What I love about him is the inflections in his voice. He'll go up and down. He'll take you on a roller coaster ride. It's not just a mundane. He knows what he's doing.
Well, he also has that where it's a surprise. We've looked at it, and it will be upgraded like you want. So, but when he does that, it's kind of fun.
Right. Give us the pause for suspense. And he'll tell us up.
And you always bring it up rightly, Kay. It doesn't matter if you made a play on the ball. I could make a play on the ball and knee you in the groin, okay? I mean, the play on the ball is not the point. So this is going to be a flagrant one. Jordan Poole's going to get 2 free throws. The Warriors are going to get possession of the ball.
After reviewing the play, the personal foul that was called has been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 1 due to unnecessary contact. Thank you.
There's our man, Billy Kennedy.
Oh, the facial expressions, he's talking to you with his eyes. He's going up and down. I mean, it's as good as it gets.
You know what I see? I see Billy D. Williams and Brian's song.
Yeah.
I see him as Lando Calrissian in Star Wars. I mean, that Billy is fantastic.
Even for the Timberwolves watching Bill Kennedy, they can't even be mad. It was such a great presentation.
Well, 25 years for Billy, 127 playoff games, 5 games in the finals. He is an elite crew chief.
He made it sound like such a happy thing. But the Warriors, it started on the defensive end. You got to stop. Now you're able to push it, get out and run, use Jordan Poole's speed. They've got some great stuff in transition. Remember Clay's threes in transition, the fast break points.
So Jordan, 87%, makes 1 of 2, but with the flagrant, the Warriors keep possession of the ball.
Yeah, Warriors have 7 points when it comes to fast break. You got 11 bench points.
Minnesota behind Conley's 4 threes, built that 9-point lead, and they got 2 quick fouls on Steph. And Taurean Prince, hand in the cookie jar. He knew it. He's picked up his 3rd foul.
Right to the free throw line now.
Warriors are in the bonus, so a couple more free throws.
The crowd erupts here.
Let's welcome back Gary Payton, number 2. A champion with the Dubs, acquired at the trade deadline. There's the Hall of Fame dad. And it's hard not to love Gary Payton, too.
Come on, give me a smile, GP2. Come on now. He's a menace on defense. His neighborhood is in the restricted circle.
Tell you what, he is such a sweetheart. He makes a Donald Foyle look mean.
He's a good dude.
Gary is amazing. He did so much great work in the community.
On the last bus ride back here on the road, we were talking about our love for broccoli. It's just, he can talk about anything.
This is as good a wing defender as there is in the league, and GP2 coming back. It's about a 2-second game shot clock difference, winding down this first quarter. Karl-Anthony Towns on Draymond. Elite offense, elite defense. The baby hook missed. 2 seconds left. Poole, a deep 3 to end the quarter, and that will do it. So even at
paint is just uncanny for a young man.
Naz Reid back out to McLaughlin. Karl-Anthony Towns for three. And what a weapon. The Cat can be 33%, normally up to 40 on threes. GP2 cutting back door, tried to get it to Kuminga. Still Warrior ball with 8 to shoot. Draymond jumper. Naz Reid coming up with it. So McLaughlin, Naz Reid, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jaden McDaniels, and Anthony Edwards from Minnesota. Don't have Naz Reid on Steph because he's got those 2 fouls. Edwards for 3, and rattling that out. Remember, the Warriors use GP2 as kind of a little big man in terms of how he cuts to the basket, or he'll hit that corner 3. Poole took the body bump and back to the line.
They got some good movement there through stretches of the season where you feel better than others, but we were talking about it with the quick decision-making offense, the .5 offense. That's the most impressive thing to me, that Kuminga's gotten it this soon.
Scan the QR code, learn how you can access exclusive offers with your Chase card. Chase is a proud partner of the Golden State Warriors.
Making all that stuff, but when you get it, ooh, it's beautiful basketball, especially for a weapon like Kuminga. Like, with his decision-making, his explosiveness, what you can do with him setting screens and rolling, his drives, his counter moves, his post game. Yeah, that's something you want to have in the .5 offense.
McDaniels picked up his 3rd foul, so Nickeil Alexander-Walker has checked in. Naz Reid on Kuminga. Naz Reid, I'm telling you, he's going to be a free agent at this offseason. There's going to be a lot of interest in him.
He's got a lot of game. A lot of tools at his size.
And there's Payton on the roll, and the kick out to Kuminga. Missing that 3, and Karl-Anthony Towns sends Alexander-Walker on his way. Overplay Kuminga. Ricocheted off the foot. Good hustle by Edwards. Naz Reid back to the rim.
That's unfortunate.
Now, he had 30 the last time Minnesota was here against the Dubs.
He has a great defensive possession, and it bounces right back to him.
The Warriors have been climbing uphill all night. Minnesota's playing exceedingly well. Draymond, good screen. And then Draymond was held and fouled.
Alexander-Walker was fighting over that. He realized he had to switch it late. Draymond was going to roll, and he had to hold him to keep him from rolling. The Warriors might have had a layup.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker came with Mike Conley in that trade. And it was Conley, Russell Westbrook, and then D'Angelo Russell in a 3-way trade.
It's all the movement before the screens that makes it even tougher to guard.
In Minnesota, the foul trouble and your defense has kept Steph Curry only 2 shot attempts. Draymond inside. What a tough finish.
Well, Steph passed it at exactly the right time. As soon as 2 defenders committed to him, even though it was late, he gave it to Draymond. Draymond just jumped into the defense.
Laughlin banging that out. Here comes Steph pushing. The points in the paint are even at 12 each. Warriors are doing a good job inside. Said they got to make 3s tonight, though. 5 of 9 from deep. Step back 3. Payton fighting for it, but touched it last.
The little big man almost strikes again. Draymond calls him the 6'2" lob threat. They love playing with that guy.
He's in there to guard Anthony Edwards right now. Edwards around the Karl-Anthony Towns screen. Alexander-Walker an open 3. Minnesota 7 of 16 from deep.
The Warriors were just playing off of him. He was going to be the guy they help off of. Drafted Stephen Curry guy.
Yeah, they took Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio. Flynn. 2 of them. 2 point guards before Steph. Curry out back iron there.
Ricky Rubio at least had a solid career.
Anthony Edwards, tough cover for Jordan Poole. Shot clock at 10. Cycle it to Naz Reid. Oh, man. Everybody making 3s now. Naz Reid's hit 1. Towns, Alexander-Walker, Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley. Anthony Lamb, Gobert was there. He changed that shot. Curry from deep. Steph very quietly as of late is shooting 30% on threes. He's got to refine that three ball. It doesn't take long for him.
He's going to keep shooting. They weren't guarding Draymond, so Draymond set a screen for him. That's how we got the opening as Alexander Walker, knocks down the three. They left him wide open before, hit a rhythm one, and now he's feeling good about himself.
Yeah, Steph, the last 5 games, 30% on threes, 16 of 51. 1 of 3 tonight. Curry around Gobert. Couldn't get that off glass.
They're trying to extend this lead. You can feel it here. Dub Nation. You hear the murmur in the crowd.
Minnesota finally healthy. Right now, doing everything they want inside and outside as Edwards traveled.
That's where you have to move your feet defensively. You're going to be tested in a lot of different ways. Anthony Edwards especially is going to try to force the issue to get in the paint.
Going on there. Playing to the foul line. A little jab step, but see, that's a jumper he's going to hit at a super high rate. Minnesota pretty fortunate there.
Such a good step back.
How's Reed? Crossover. And he fighting for the rebound. Lamb touched it last.
All right, but moving your feet. At least he didn't blow by it. Made it a tough attempt, floater, whatever he tried to shoot.
Well, Chris Finch is the first coach I've seen who's playing 2 kind of twin tower looks against the Warriors.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You always have one of them that can shoot, so you can do that. You can space out.
It went over the backboard, so that's out of bounds, and Alexander Walker touched it last.
He tried to keep it alive. But because you have one guy that can usually just space out, you don't have like 2 bigs on the block just clogging it up for Anthony Edwards.
They're also in the Steph's jersey defense. The man guarding Curry does no other responsibilities other than to stay with Steph. Alexander Walker's following Steph like out to his car in the parking lot.
Steph's going to keep moving.
Anthony Lamb hitting that 3.
Oh, you finally got to Steph. He was in the paint. You made Anthony Lamb's defender react to it.
Anthony Edwards on the kick out. He'll get it back for a 3. Man, Minnesota shoots threes like this. The Warriors are going to have tough sledding tonight. GP2. Early offense.
He's another guy that can get penetration when you give him the ball outside the three-point line or close to it. He's got quickness.
Minnesota's right in the middle of the pack, 15th in the league on threes, but you wouldn't know it tonight. At 10 of 20. Al Anderson, slow-mo with a show and go and got inside.
That's where they live in the paint. But I told you, since All-Star break, they're 6th in the league in three-point shooting percentage.
I know.
They've gotten better.
Stephon Gobert.
Man. He's going to make Gobert pay for switching on to him every single time if he can.
Could use a little human torch mode here the final 5 minutes of the half, because Minnesota's doing kind of whatever they want. Conley got his own miss, ran back out to the three-point line. Curry and Gobert grabs that rebound. And then Gobert with a follow shot.
He's just the biggest human out there, and he knows it.
I don't think Minnesota can play better. This is their A++ game. They have been really good. Curry 3. Lamb with a rebound. Lamb denied. Payton with a rebound. Payton denied. And a foul.
You know Payton's going to be in there. That's where he lives. The name of his neighborhood.
Gary rimming in the free throw. Warrior Shop item of the game presented by Rakuten, the Navy Statement Edition short sleeve tee. Wait for it. 30% off. 30%. Use the code IOTG30.
Yes.
At shop.warriors.com.
And you have beat that dead horse.
The horse is gone. We buried the horse. And you know what? We put it about 30 feet below the surface.
Nice.
Everything with the dub should be 30.
It should.
Just in honor of Steph. Minnesota, double-digit lead. Easy to play on the road when you're up double digits. But a rare turnover by Conley.
But GP2 and DiVincenzo guarding the ball screen. And that's problems for Minnesota. You saw it there.
That's the stuff Steve Kerr's been waiting for, too. He said, all right, those two guys. The wing defenders there, then you add Andrew Wiggins back. You can start to apply some pressure on the perimeter.
Karl-Anthony Towns tried to come in the game. They're like, no, you weren't there in time.
Give me one thing to watch for this final 4.5. You're down 10. What do the Warriors need to focus on to finish the half?
Just shot selection. See if they can get Gobert involved again. Let him be in drop coverage. You can work out of that.
Steph trying to turn the corner. Couldn't quite get it off glass.
Well, Gobert was the last screener's defender there. They had that in mind.
Conley's got Looney on a switch.
Just have this thing in single digits at least at halftime.
Edwards lost his footing. Kyle Anderson trying to throw the lob to Gobert. Draymond saw it the whole way. What a play by Draymond Green.
And he didn't overhelp. He turned it over, though.
That's what the Warriors did, blowing a 10-point lead at Minnesota in the fourth quarter. Edwards missing that three. And it's Warrior ball. But in Minnesota, the Warriors were up 10, and it was uncharacteristic because it was Draymond and double screen for Steph. Now he's got Gobert on the switch. You see Alexander Walker. All he's doing is staying with Curry, and Draymond hits a three.
Hey, listen, we call Naz Reid and Karl-Anthony Towns shooting bigs. They shoot 33%. Draymond Green has been around 33% this year. He's probably going, why aren't you calling me a shooting big?
Al Anderson to the rim. Draymond knocked it away. Steph went behind his back, and Conley took it from him. Draymond, I want that rebound.
Man, Draymond is everywhere right now. He's setting the tone.
DiVincenzo in on Cat, nowhere to go. Curry thought about the three. Clay got it.
Clay was just waiting, back there lurking. Just let me get a touch. Listen to me.
So from down 12 to within 4. Minnesota giving the Warriors their A++ game, and the Dubs scratching and clawing to stay with them. Kyle Anderson trying to use that size all the time. Clay played him pretty well. DiVincenzo in on Conley, the step through. Clay Thompson three. Rim twice. Looney tipping, no. But Minnesota can't collect the rebound.
But just Looney being in there, keeping that alive, made it a little tougher for them to grab the rebound. Warriors just up by this much.
Clay elbow jumper just off iron there. So Clay's got 12, Poole's got 12. They've limited Steph to 5, but Steph's got 7 assists. Karl-Anthony Towns, like a tight end, flying through the lane there, out of bounds to the Warriors.
Warriors have given Karl-Anthony Towns a tough time in the past.
He's to make threes, and there's no slump of the shoulders. It's just like a resolve. Hey, we're getting back in this game. Oh, Steph, tough runner off glass, and a wipeout screen.
Looney crushed Mike Conley. He is still seeing stars. Oh my goodness.
10 unanswered for the Warriors after they were down 12. Yeah, Conley lost it.
Well, he's still dizzy.
DiVincenzo to a cutting Draymond to tie the game.
They gave Mike Conley the ball before he was ready. He's still disoriented. Turned the ball over. Warriors off and running. You got a whole brand new ball game.
So 11 for Draymond. And here comes Chase Center springing to life. DiVincenzo fought over that screen. And then Conley, that bumper car view. This is where a great veteran point guard says, they've scored 12 unanswered. The building's going nuts. Let me
keep getting out as much as you can, forcing turnovers.
So Mike Conley, one of 12 active players to play more than 50 games against the Warriors. And he has had a lot of wars. Number 1, Chris Paul, 74 games. James Harden, 62. Mike Conley, 50. These are guys that have just played against this edition of the Dubs for a long time.
And so many players have come out and said Mike Conley is one of the nicest people they've ever met. It's really interesting. The sportsmanship awards.
His father was an elite Olympic athlete. Missing both free throws there. I mean, Conley came out with Greg Oden.
He did.
Think about that, and Mike is still doing it. 35 years old and 16 years in the league. Steph corner three. Got it!
Listen, he's turning around before it's going in. That's the coldest thing I've ever seen. Every time he does it, I'm like, oh my.
When he pulls the Houdini on you, now you see me, now you don't. 15 unanswered for the Dubs. Anthony Edwards. And he's denied, but a foul.
DiVincenzo kept coming. He never gives up on the play. But look at Steph. You were just talking about his shot. One thing I love about Anthony Edwards, he talks a lot about defense as he misses the first free throw really badly. Front rim. But he says Chris Finch has told him, hey, I need you to guard. And he's actually said it. He feels like he's the best defender in the league. And I'll have to disagree with it because there's a guy by the name of Draymond Green on the Warriors.
The other thing, too, with Edwards, you saw that ankle roll. That looked terrible. This kid misses 3 games, and then he's like, tape it up, I want to play.
But that's putting your money where your mouth is because he's come out like all these guys sitting out games just for no reason. And when it came his time, he taped it up and got back out there.
Yeah, I mean, you can play with pain, but you can't play with injury. Edwards just got his way through this one. Draymond with that naked handout. Minnesota played it well. Warriors want a 2-for-1 this trip down. Looney, good catch. That pass was behind him. Steph 3. That was the freebie. Towns, good rebound. So the Warriors should get the final possession of the half. Edwards will rise. Curry the rebound. About a 5-second difference. Can't quite freeze it out. But mission accomplished. Not only are they within single digits, they took the lead after being down a dozen. Minnesota has a foul to give here. They will utilize that.
Makes sense. You got
the 1.2 seconds game shot and shot clock here. So see if the Warriors can freeze it all the way out. Curry lost his footing, got back up, turned around, shot a 3. And Gobert with the rebound, and that will do it for the half. It's Karl-Anthony Towns with Gobert, Conley, and Jaden McDaniels. And Conley missing that 3. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Warriors doing okay on the glass. 26-19, but they're giving away so much size that you said watch those second chance points. 10-4 favoring Minnesota. Klay Thompson sidestep 3. Gobert hails that rebound. Minnesota the early edge. Warriors with the ferocious comeback and 2-point game at the break as Looney rebounds that miss.
Hey, DiVincenzo's done a great job on Anthony Edwards when he's been on it.
Dante rewarded, flying in the lane to lay it in.
Put a little spin on that one. Found the angle off the glass. A little English never hurt anybody. But Anthony Edwards is 2 for 9 right now. 2 for 7 from 3-point range.
Well, Anthony Towns missing that 3. Looney with the rebound. Warriors have beaten Minnesota 2 of the 3 meetings. Tonight would be the season series and the tiebreaker. They already have that over Dallas. Steph losing the handle. Look at Gobert. And 7-1. And do everything and travel in the process.
It's not his strong
there. And Gobert warding off Looney for the rebound. Now here's Karl-Anthony Towns handling. McDaniels, offensive foul, and just a little too much. Leaned in on the shoulder and knocked Steph over.
He was surprised that Steph moved his feet and was able to stay with him. He thought he had an awkward closeout. Steph saying, listen, I'm a two-way player. I'm up for the challenge defensively.
Yeah, that's a great vertical replay because it's just 4 fouls in 6 minutes. We said second most fouls in the NBA behind Sabonis. Klay trying to create something here. Klay is 4 of 12. Steph is 4 of 13. And yet the Warriors still have the lead. Catch and shoot. Alexander Walker missing that 3. Every rebound is tough to contest for. That'll be Minnesota ball.
They're collapsing in the paint. That's what's opening up the 3 ball for the Timberwolves. But it was fortunate there. Alexander Walker missed that one. He's actually a pretty good 3-point shooter at 38% from 3-point range.
And I didn't want to mention that Minnesota hadn't had a field goal in 7 minutes of game action. It's kind of let it continue to go on. There. Well, let's make it 8.
Well, the Warriors aren't making mistakes, and they're just moving their feet. They're playing good, tough defense.
Draymond finds finding Steph in the corner. Good defense, Alexander Walker. He really is exerting effort to stay with Curry. Draymond's got to shoot the three to beat the shot clock buzzer. That's a nice sequence by the T-Wolves. Cat deep position, Gobert inside, and he is whacked.
Draymond probably got it clean too, but
two-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, and missing the free throw. If you want to pick out our BMW Ultimate Performer, go to @Warriors NBC. Well, he knows if the Warriors go down, he will take the full blame. That was just in case anyone was wondering in Houston why Klay Thompson said the key was the lack of Phil Polisino.
That was so well executed.
Gobert missing there. In the last 8 minutes, the Timberwolves are 0 for 10 from the field, and they're 1 of 6 from the line. The Warriors want to make some hay while Minnesota's struggling. That's an offensive foul on Klay Thompson.
Steph and Klay have been trying to work together, and he tried to set that flare screen for Steph. Remember, the guy getting the screen is going away from the ball there, and they just said he moved a little too much. But you love seeing the Splash Brothers trying to work together.
If you're Chris Finch, though, you're saying, hey, we're holding Curry and Klay 8 of 25. That's a moving screen on Minnesota. And an offensive foul.
So there's some equality happening here. Call a moving screen on one team, call a moving screen on the other team. Look at this, the defense that's happening in this quarter so far.
I feel like I'm watching March Madness.
Whoa.
Draymond. And Gobert fouling him. And hope Draymond's all right. He is. And just making sure everybody with the camera is okay, too.
What I love about that is the Warriors set a cross screen to get Draymond's separation running up into the ball screen. They know Gobert is going to be in drop coverage at times, but just to make sure, the review.
And Billy Kennedy is going to get some screen time again.
Great news.
Again, flagrant foul, 1, unnecessary contact.
Just the dangerous part about it is the push in the air. Once a guy leaves his feet and then you push him in the air and he's unprotected.
Yeah, that
gets dangerous.
Well, that's how Brandon Rush blew out his ACL. Zach Randolph pushed him in the air.
Oh.
And so that's
the previous play is being reviewed for a possible upgrade to a flagrant foul penalty.
It's just not to push somebody when they're airborne like that, because on the landing, the guy's not ready for it.
That's dangerous.
Foul for the unnecessary contact. Two shots will be awarded, and they will retain possession of the ball. Thank.
So, if you think about it, Billy's got that airport. The white zone is for loading and unloading only. Or, hey, you've been upgraded. You're now sitting in Economy Plus for this flight.
He almost overdid the pause for suspense there.
Oh, he has that pause.
It's so good. This is Gobert's reaction to Billy Kennedy's call. Well, if you think about where Draymond, the position he was in, once he's in the air, his focus goes from finishing quickly to how am I going to land? Like, okay, it's super dangerous when you're in the air and you're getting pushed like that.
So the last 2 months, Draymond's averaging nearly 10 points a game and shooting 55%. That ball was deflected on the inbound, and just doesn't seem like a lot, but when Draymond scores, the Warriors are just even better.
For sure. I think he realizes that too.
So tonight he has 12 points on 5 of 8 shooting.
He's just involved in a lot of action.
Right.
Active.
Right. He's always been an amazing passer. He's an incredible screener. The Edwards chasing Steph around. Steph where nowhere to go. Shot clock at 10. Draymond to Looney inside. Gobert is there again. Look at Minnesota play the D. Looney had to turn and shoot the fadeaway. That is a great sequence for the Timberwolves. That was impressive.
It's a grind on both sides right now.
So they withstand the flagrant foul. Just the 1 free throw. This is the Warriors' biggest lead at 5. Eddie Edwards with the step through.
He wasn't taking no for an answer there. A little stop and go.
Think how much Minnesota has struggled offensively, though. They look up, they're down only 3. And now another offensive foul.
Usually when Steph and Clay are working together, setting screens for each other, and Steph is setting that one there, they normally don't get called for the moving screens, but it's happened a few times tonight.
But if you go nearly 10 minutes on the road without a field goal, and you're down only 3, the T-Wolves are fortunate.
Just trying to stay close, but the thing is, they're actually working hard defensively. They stop themselves so the Warriors don't run away with it.
Yeah, they're holding the Warriors to 40% shooting. Steph with 3 fouls. We'll keep an eye on that. Anthony Towns and Kuminga. It's got a little spicy real quick, and they're getting real physical. Shot clock down to 3. Edwards with the runner. So that layup got him unlocked, and watch out for Anthony Edwards.
See that behind-the-back pass from Gobert? He did his impression of Draymond.
First came back after the 3-game with the ankle sprain for Anthony Edwards, but he had a 48-point game here against the Warriors. Draymond threw that one away.
Warriors got a little stagnant there. Draymond's dribbling around and no one was moving. Couldn't find anyone to pass it to. He was going to try to attack Gobert, but Gobert moved his feet. Had nowhere to go.
So Minnesota, a 10-minute drought without a field goal. Warriors, a 4-minute drought and counting. Anyone's game.
You got to embrace the grind here.
Alexander Walker didn't want that 3. Had to throw it to Gobert, able to catch it, and then he would get to the line.
He's just so tall, you can throw a terrible pass and he'll still get to it. That one hit the backboard first. Actually worked out pretty good. You got 3 defenders around Gobert.
Bears won 3. But what Draymond would say is I can guard 1 through 5. Yes, Gobert can defend the rim and he's really tall, but last year Marcus Smart won it because he's a versatile defender too. So, you know, back in the day, Defensive Player of the Year was always the center who could block the most shots and things of that nature. Although Michael Jordan won the Defensive Player of the Year.
That's true. And versatility is super important defensively nowadays, especially with all the switching happening.
So Gobert dropping in the free throw. All Warrior games and NBA. Back-to-back years with 200 steals and 100 blocks. Okay. He won Defensive Player of the Year the same year he averaged 38 points a game. You want to wonder how good Michael Jordan was?
That's expending a lot of energy on both sides. He cared about both sides.
Now the Warriors have to find that offensive gear. They've been in neutral this whole 3rd quarter. Thompson breaking the paint. Lay out back iron and Gobert. Rebound number 16. Steph and Clay are both 4 for 13 shooting. Edwards knows Curry has 3 fouls, but right at him. Anthony Edwards coming alive here. He's got 13.
Anthony Edwards has gone to that floater a few times. Hasn't let him down.
Kuminga. He's going to drop it to Draymond. Gobert knocked it away.
They have been solid defensively.
Shot making right now. Klay Thompson fading on that 3, and Kyle Anderson will track it down. 1 field goal for the Warriors here in the 3rd quarter. Jordan guessed right. Nice steal. Draymond went to set that screen, and fortunate that Alexander Walker touched the ball.
Draymond is so good at that with Steph, just changing the angle of the screen, knowing where the help is going to be. So if you change the angle, the help will be on the wrong side of Steph, but they just couldn't connect.
Curry 3. And it was again the telepathy between Draymond and Steph Curry.
Just tapped it right behind his head. The defender tried to shoot the gap, didn't stay connected to his body. That's a no-no for Steph.
Alexander was so good, or Anderson, excuse me, for Memphis. Anderson getting it now. He's got to shoot it from deep, and he made it. Slow-mo beat the shot clock buzzer and hit a 3.
And a little shrug on the way back.
I said, he's the kind of player any team would want.
That's frustrating.
Kuminga, there is the Stifle Tower waiting on him. Klay 3. So Klay becoming a volume shooter right now. Edwards triple. Draymond, great box out. Kept Gobert off the glass.
It's a little things. He gets no stat for that. But Gobert doesn't get a stat either. He would have got a rebound.
Curry. Oh, he quick shot at Gobert. him and then spun it up there.
He's too slippery. And Steph, his fitness level, the man just never stopped moving. He just a subtle little jump backward now.
Steph hides behind Looney. McLaughlin made it tough for three, but not for Curry. He was already running back again,
leaving defenders twisted.
Steph's got 18 to lead all scorers. Karl-Anthony Towns full head of steam, and he was fouled on the drive.
This is a choppy one. You may have to win this one ugly, as now Draymond is
3 team fouls of the Warriors, 2 on Minnesota. Karl-Anthony Towns, that's a nice inbounds play as he hits the 3.
McLaughlin got a piece of Looney too.
So Cat is only 3 of 10. Minnesota on top. Curry down the lane. Big rebound battle. Lamb coming up with it. Jordan Poole, shot clock at 8. He's picked up the dribble, nowhere to go. Kuminga, the escape foul. Kuminga spinning. Kuminga elevating. Kuminga scoring!
There's a lot of collisions happening in there. And that last one by Kuminga, the demolition man, that spin move, that is destruction.
Karl-Anthony Towns doubled. McLaughlin an open 3. Minnesota 13 of 30 from deep. You don't have a lot of teams come in and outshoot the Warriors on threes at Chase Center. Third best three-point shooting team, the Dubs. Minnesota 15th in the league, but not tonight.
You had to fight through a lot, overcome a lot in that last win against the Sixers. You may have to do it tonight.
Curry long and strong, and Naz Reid will push.
We've seen the Warriors' mental toughness on display a lot lately.
Naz Reid on Kuminga. They clear a side here. He knocked it away. AK playing the D. Poole 3. That rebound knocked away to McLaughlin. And there's a timeout by Minnesota. 2:07 remaining in the third. 7 shots. He will sit right now. So pretty important final 2 minutes to close this third quarter.
Thinking this could be a close game the rest of the way.
Anthony Towns missing, and Kuminga did just enough to make sure Naz Reid didn't get that. Someone in blue kind of light the fire here offensively. Looney's going to be called for, oh, it's DiVincenzo.
So he just set a little cross screen inside and did a little too much.
So Dante with 3 fouls. Steph has 3 fouls.
He's trying to get Looney some space to go set a screen for Jordan Poole. Same kind of thing we talked about with Draymond.
Cap with the show and go. Looney recovered to block it. Naz Reid cleaned it up.
Just in the right place at the right time.
Anthony Lamb thought about that 3. DiVincenzo dropped it off to Looney. Baseline jumper. Kuminga, pump fake. He didn't get enough contact. And McLaughlin running it back. Naz Reid dunking it down. That's a tough sequence right there.
Well, Kuminga definitely got hit on the arm. They might have missed one there.
T-Wolves have won this third quarter by 8. Warriors kind of limping across the finish line. Jordan Poole, that's a big basket.
Just elongated, but again, just involving the bigs in the action. Karl-Anthony Towns can't keep up with that speed.
How does Minnesota go 2 for 1 here? They've been more deliberate, particularly with Towns in the half court. That's a moving screen.
There's been a good amount of moving screens this game. The good thing for the Warriors is it's gone both ways.
Do you go quick 2 for 1 with 37.8?
Absolutely. If you got a great look, go ahead and take it. 37.8 is more than enough time.
I see Poole trying to maximize every second here, but
you know Jordan Poole loves these situations.
Well, they started the shot clock. Can't do that until he touches the ball, so that's why Trey Maddox will take it back.
Jordan Poole's like, maybe I could just chuck one up whenever I feel the need. Here we go.
Get a free one if you get it within 14 seconds. You don't want that. As Anderson with a steal. A foot race with DiVincenzo. Taurean Prince will lay it in, and that's just a disaster. It's when you're playing that possession clock scoreboard, the turnovers and live ball, that's a bad.
You saw this team, you crushed them in the fourth quarter. The game is still within striking distance, obviously. Maybe you can have another big fourth quarter. It's a really bad sequence.
Can't quite freeze it out now. A little over 2-second big clock, little clock difference winding down the third. Poole three. And rimmed it in.
And Looney just crushed his defender again.
Down to two. Can he play a second of defense? McLaughlin off his foot. He went to throw that three-point line and come away with the win.
Well, the second chance points are 14-6 in favor of the Timberwolves. Just keep them to one possession in this quarter if you can, but execute on this end.
Poole on Karl-Anthony Towns, and Cat played good defense. Shot clock at 8. Naz Reid now staying with Poole. Crosses him over. Tough jumper. JP3. Wow. He's got 19.
Just knew he had to go to work. Nothing else was really going. It's you and Naz Reid. He's got a lot of game. He showed it.
Karl-Anthony Towns, good deep position there. GP2 with a block. A little big man. Oh, no. These turnovers. Al Anderson has been excellent. Taurean Prince setting up Naz Reid. Checked the three-point line and dropped it in.
They've actually been okay with the turnovers this game, but lately we've had some rough turnovers at key times of the game.
They have given away 6 points to end the third and begin the fourth. Both on miscues, both on Kyle Anderson steals. There's another Warrior turnover. Here comes Naz Reid to lay it up and in. So now you're -6 in points off turnovers, and the T-Wolves grow the lead to 7.
The Timberwolves have gotten off to a great start in this quarter now.
Make another turnover. At some point, the Warriors want to just get a shot up.
Draymond couldn't figure out if GP2 was trying to screen or if he was calling for the ball.
Taurean Prince has picked up the dribble. Shot clock at 10. And then he'll foul. He just turned around, kind of an excuse me. And a couple free throws coming.
Searching for the ball, and then you foul him as he's turning back around.
Plagued the Warriors all year are points off turnovers and free throw disparity. And so right now, the points off turnovers are 19-12, and the free throws will be 21-12. And that's
set the screens a little further out. When the Warriors are in space with that, and you get the big compromised position, you can throw that pass easier. Keep your dribble alive. Dribble out of double teams so you find an angle you like. Don't throw it into arms. Like the Warriors have shown, they could really kill it with that pick and roll when there's a lot of space.
Steph Curry wing jumper. If you don't turn it over and get shots up, that's when the Warriors can be awfully good. Steph's got 20. Against Philly, they came from 11 down. They've had 11 double-digit comebacks this year. They're all been at Chase Center. Pass to McDaniels inside, knocked away. But Payton was towing the baseline.
They were there for Steph. They came to help. These are the numbers from Philly where they just slept.
Kyle Anderson scoring again. Just a valuable reserve. He's got a dozen off the bench.
Just size. He knew he couldn't beat GP2 off the dribble. He was just going to go over the top.
So time's a-wasting for the Dubs. Down 9 with 9.5 left. Draymond looking for that split action. Curry, Karl-Anthony Towns. I'm with him. Draymond's got to shoot a 3. You got to credit the big man for Minnesota.
They tried to hurt him with Steph's movement off the ball. He was up for the challenge.
Taurean Prince. Payton, that's how you box out. He just made sure McDaniels didn't get the ball. Let Steph go track it down. GP2 corner 3. He got it!
And the crowd loves that. Welcome back, GP2. That's a big one. He can do that too.
There's an eternity left in this game. And that will be another moving screen.
That's the essence of locking people up.
Poole thought about it. Draymond gave him the reload. Deep two, good. Every day.
Longevity. Chris Mullin is making sure he enjoys his Chase Center experience.
Minnesota up 4. They've had a lead as high as 12. Naz Reid on Clay. Naz Reid with the baby hook, rimming it home. Naz Reid, 30 the last time he saw the Warriors. He has 20 in 17 minutes.
They're relying on their bigs. Naz Reid off the bench is not disappointing.
Steph's getting the rest right now. Clay setting up Payton. That's what he does. Runs the baseline like the little big man.
If you're looking for GP2, he'll be around the restricted circle.
He's got 9 points in 12 minutes.
He cuts at exactly the right time as soon as his defender turns his head.
Naz Reid, one more time. This one off iron. Big rebound battle. Poole. Jordan pushing. Out that three. Lamb triple. And rimmed it out.
The effort Draymond showed there to at least make sure the Timberwolves don't get that offensive rebound is what you need in this quarter.
Daniels. Tough baseline jumper. Lamb played the D. Don't foul him there. Good job. Daniels. Very physical with Poole. Now cuts around him. This time Jordan was fouled and he will go to the line.
Jordan Poole can complain to the officials and still move without the ball. Kind of stopped before McDaniels thought he was going to. McDaniels is one of their better defenders and he's just frustrated. Look, you think he slammed it. It was a light slam, but slam nonetheless. Probably bounced a little above the rim. It's too high. But Jordan Poole, the way he moved without the ball there while he was complaining because he got fouled first. He was trying to plead his case, but then he saw
free throwing. He's 8 of 9 free throwing tonight, and that's such a weapon for him.
It is. He's just getting there more, drawing him more.
They were down 9 in the 4th. They pulled it within 1 here on that 10-2 run. Kyle Anderson thought about the 3, but he's always been going inside, setting up Naz Reid. Denied at the iron. Looney.
GP2 looks healthy.
Poole's got Gobert on him. Poole gonna dance. Step back 3. Halfway down and out. That would have brought the house down. Naz Reid, corner 3. Naz Reid, if he played against the Warriors, would be an all-NBA performer. Man, has he been good. 10 of 15 shooting. I feel like the Warriors have to win the three-point line to win this game. They're down 6 in that area now. Well, they dare Payton to shoot a 3. Rimmed it out. Naz Reid the rebound. Steph is at the scorers table. And the Dubs are down 4.
These clutch games are definitely familiar. Warriors have been in a lot of them lately. Can you get stops and execute?
Warriors already played 1 overtime game against Minnesota. That was in Minnesota. Kyle Anderson off iron there. Now Gobert was held by Looney.
Gobert was second chance points. You know Gobert is going to be thinking about that.
So Draymond, Looney, EP2. Poole will probably sub back in for offense. And Steve will go offensive, defensive subs. Naz Reid one corner. Not as good from the other corner, but Anderson the rebound. Mike Conley. Halfway down and out. Every trip critical here. Winding down to 5 minutes, down 4. Looney to put it up and in. Nice pass, Garrett.
Gobert, he had to vacate. Weak side came over.
Gobert coming to set that screen. Conley down the lane. Naz Reid out of the corner one more time. And Payton the rebound. Chance to tie or take the lead. Curry getting it back for the lead. Off iron. Steph 4 of 12 on threes tonight. Minnesota will take time. These the lead.
They want to involve Gobert if they can.
Steph didn't want that three. Clay does. Missed it all.
And Steph had a floater there if he wanted it. The screener defender was nowhere to be found. It was Gobert.
Clay has missed 8 shots in a row. Splash Brothers volume tonight. 12 of 36.
They want to get a little closer to the basket next time if you can.
Anthony Edwards on the step through. Cat will take that corner three. And they come up with a score. Minnesota beat Atlanta by a single point. 2 Karl-Anthony Towns free throws in their last game. 2-point game here. Looney took it away. Another stop.
Steph's been on Anthony Edwards lately, and he's been sending them started off the ball, get a little flare screen.
And then Curry will be fouled as he shot. Believe says before the shot.
So there's your play after timeout.
Klay Thompson 3.
Is it close enough?
Curry with a steal. Curry pushing with friends. Curry to the rim to lay it up and out.
I think he had the right idea, though.
So Minnesota fortunate. Kyle Anderson coming the other way. Conley thought about that three. Back to Gobert. In on Draymond. And it's an offensive foul. And Draymond's hurt. That is a big man. That's
pain. And probably going to end up with a play.
Well, you could.
That's the thing. It's incidental. It might be.
There's a couple options here, and Billy Kennedy will get together with Trey Maddox and Ray Acosta.
This is a tough one. This could go either way. That's what I was saying.
Now, the thing about it, too, is Gobert, as he's making a cross step, what's he supposed to do with his elbows? He's 7'1". It just happened to catch Draymond in the chops.
The offensive foul that was called stands as called. No upgrade. It's going to be Golden State ball on the side.
See, Billy, with the pause. There'll be no upgrade. You are sitting in row 30 upgrading you tonight.
Trying to make plays, see if they can work together. I'd love to see him use Steph as a decoy, see if they can make Minnesota make some mistakes and get some air.
Jordan Poole's in, the third shooter. They get it to Looney, and they do involve lean up top, but the body contact had already occurred. So that's what he was saying is, hey, I didn't foul him up top as Looney hits the free throw, but all that contact was there early, and Billy Kennedy used the buzzwords, clear and conclusive evidence to overturn the call on the floor, and it just wasn't there.
And it's also understandable challenging at this point in the game.
Sure.
Like if you're not going to challenge there, where would you challenge?
Looney 1 of 2 from the line, and Kyle Anderson with the rebound.
You're in control now, and your defense went out. Timely stops are needed.
16-5 run here. Karl-Anthony Towns 3, good.
Draymond wasn't able to fight through that last screen.
16 made threes by the T-Wolves, beating the Warriors at their own game.
Cat is pretty unique for a big man. Not a lot of big men get screens to shoot threes.
Jordan Poole, Draymond trying to set that screen. Steph cut back door. Minnesota played it well. Shot clock at 7. Clay trying to get inside. There's Poole from the corner. Got a three! Great play creation, Klay Thompson.
It's baseline drive, baseline drip. Anthony Edwards relaxed for a second. That's all it took.
Draymond Edwards now on Clay. Here's Cat one more time. Shot clock at 10. This show and go, and Draymond got him up top.
Got it. Well,
Warriors had a foul to give there.
The problem for Draymond is Cat just hit it.
Def elected not to go at him. Shot clock at 3. Cat one more time. Down to 1. Kyle Anderson, little runner. Rebound loose. Gobert battling. Poole's got it.
Yeah, take your time here.
They're standing at Chase Center. 2-point lead in the ball. Final 45 seconds.
You're probably still going to get 2 possessions to their 1.
Poole off the Looney screen. 3. Off front iron. And that was the 2 for 1 here. Karl-Anthony Towns picked up the dribble, and Draymond just held on to Gobert.
Smart.
That was going to be a dunk.
That's all you could do. He was right under the basket. Make him earn it.
So Rudy Gobert, 64% free thrower, is 7 of 10 free throwing tonight.
It's the right idea. He was going to make the dunk, but free throws for him are a little tougher than dunks.
And that's why you foul him.
And Draymond's always ahead of all of that stuff. He's always 2 plays ahead.
But now, if he misses again, the rebound here is so critical. You got Kyle Anderson there.
Got 2 guys trying to box out Cat.
And you better box out Gobert, too. Made the second.
Okay. He's trying to take as much time as possible. They're not going to foul you.
It's a 3-second difference. Chris Finch is going to have them play D. The Warriors can't freeze it out. Minnesota has a foul to give, so they're trying to go for the steal. And they get one. Kyle Anderson takes it away. Cat for the lead. Got it. A Warrior miscue at a brutal time. So Minnesota up 2 with 9.9 left. Finally get it into Poole. On Mike Conley. Down to 5. And they throw it away. Go for the steal, but then it's got to be an immediate foul with 4.4 left. Oh! McDaniels nearly lost it. And then Clay was able to foul him. Chris Finch's heart was in his throat right there.
That was
nearly thrown away. And it's not over. Warriors have a timeout left. Even if he makes the second, the Warriors will be down 3.
Look at Coach Curry. He's thinking about his quick hitter right now.
And make or miss, you're taking a timeout. 2.4 left.
And you'll advance it.
Makes the second. So the Warriors will take the timeout, advance to the front court, and the mission, they have a foul to give. But you would think if a guy in blue catches it, you would whack. And Jordan Poole. Draymond looking. It's to Clay. Catch and shoot. And Mike Conley fouled him first. So he fouled him. That's the foul to give, and it was before the upward shooting motion.
And Clay,
3.
They got to do it again perfectly. The Timberwolves have to foul him on the catch again.
DiVincenzo looking. Steph catching, firing, and that will do it. So the Minnesota Timberwolves even the season series at 2.